So M22 it's a scenic highway in Michigan that runs north and south. It's 117 miles long. When we first started our kiteboarding school, we were always out there teaching kiteboarding ourselves, and discovering all these amazing desolate beaches that we never knew existed off this little stretch of road. And Key and I were at the time traveling a bunch for kiteboarding. So we worked for Kiteboarding Magazine. We're traveling all around the world. And people always ask where we're from. We tell them northern Michigan. They look at you like, why in the world would you ever live there? Nobody really got it. So when we came back home, we're so proud of where we were from. We wanted to create something that represented that feeling.
And kind of just for fun, we made some t-shirts that had the M22 logo on it and gave it to some of our local kiteboarding buddies and friends.
As a way to represent our appreciation and love for the area and what it has to offer. To us, this place meant something really special. We didn't know it really meant that to any other people. Then we started getting into, making the M22 shirts and creating this brand, and people just started reaching out to us left and right, like, oh, I totally get it. I know what that means to you. That means the same thing to me. Or, this is what it means to me. But it holds a special place in their heart. We received the trademark in 2007, and then in 2012 we were given in the trademark world, it's called an incontestable trademark. So that's like the highest standard of trademark in the country, in the world.
I think working with Revision Legal, we've just gained tons of knowledge, and as a company, as a brand, what your rights are with trademarks, and just some of the things that you have to do to protect it, even whether you like it or not.
Yeah, as a small business owner, a lot of this stuff is confusing. So Revision Legal made it very easy to understand. We learned why and how Patagonia can own the word Patagonia, and how the University of Michigan owns the word Michigan, and why that's important, and why they need to protect that, and why it really, ultimately what it does is helps the consumer.
Well, yeah, anybody that owns a trademark for any brand, logo, word, it's constant maintenance, because you got to watch what other people are doing, making sure people don't just take your exact concept and try to copy it and are selling it somewhere else. You got to keep it maintained so things expire at certain points in time. It's a constant part of your business. It just grows with it, and it always needs maintenance.
We chose Revision Legal and John because we liked the way he worked. When we had issues come up, we could call him, and he answered his phone, and he had no problem talking to us like a normal person, making things make sense for us in layman's terms.
I think Revision Legal has helped us reach the goal of making our trademark legitimate, so it makes us feel safe to stay in business and to put money into the company, because we know that somebody else isn't just going to be able to take our concept and run with it. It's protected, and we know why it's protected and how to protect it.
From a brand's perspective, we invest things in our brand, like giving back to the Leland Conservancy. We have organic products. We have higher standard in products. So it allows us to invest in that. It gives us some sense of protection versus the guy next door can't just go and print the same thing on a cheaper item and work off of our goodwill of all this that we've created into the brand and undercut us, basically. So it protects us from that.
Well, we've been doing this business at the M22 for over 10 years, so different stuff has come up every year, multiple times a year. In each one of those situations, no matter how different they were, John and Revision Legal was always able to find a way to make it work for both sides. So not only was it protecting our trademark that we already had, but it's also helping the person that we were actually dealing with. Typically, when you bring lawyers in between people, it can get bad, and we just don't have that happen.
And we've had the experience of having our mark challenged by some of the state's finer lawyers. And John has risen to every one of those occasions, and he has won every single time that it's happened. So he knows what he's doing. He understands this trademark law inside and out. We knew there was something there with M22 and what we were creating, and John put certainty behind it. So he helped us solidify really the idea and make it, and help us protect the idea and move forward with it, to give us the confidence to move forward. So we could do what we're good at and focus on what we're good at, and didn't have to worry about the other stuff that would be a drain of our energy and our time. So we made a good partnership there working with John.